The political crisis in Britain caused the resignation of Prime Minister Boris Johnson. On the eve of the announcement of his resignation, the Prime Minister announced several new temporary appointments to the cabinet. The resignation of Boris Johnson was preceded by a mass resignation of dozens of subordinates of the Prime Minister from the British government, who refused to work with him. Since Tuesday evening, 52 members of Johnson's government have left their posts. The reason for the demarche was another scandal associated with the Prime Minister's entourage. Deputy Prime Minister Chris Pincher was accused of harassment and he resigned on June 30th. However, this event also hit Boris Johnson, as British officials and MPs claimed that he knew about Pincher's behaviour and appointed him deputy anyway. It is notable that members of the Conservative Party, of which he is the leader, were also in favour of Johnson's resignation. According to sources in Boris Johnson's entourage, he plans to remain as acting Prime Minister until October, until Conservative Party members elect a new leader. Meanwhile, there is already a queue of candidates lined up to take the post. The candidates include Foreign Minister Liz Truss, Commerce Minister Penny Mordaunt, Defence Minister Ben Wallace, and newly appointed Chancellor Nadhim Zahavi, as well as former Finance Minister Rishi Sunak and former Health Minister Sajid Javid, who left the government on Tuesday. Bloomberg notes that pressure on Johnson increased in recent weeks amid problems with the economy, rising inflation, and dissatisfaction among ordinary Britons with government policies, leading to strikes. On June 6, the Prime Minister barely received a vote of confidence from Conservative MPs. At that time he was accused of being the first sitting Prime Minister to break the law in the execution of his duties. In April, police fined Johnson for his participation in the 2020 Downing Street party. At the time, quarantine restrictions were imposed in Britain to counter the coronavirus. In addition to the Prime Minister, dozens of his administration officials were sanctioned for their participation in the so-called Partygate. Boris Johnson joined the British government in 2016 when he was appointed to head the British Foreign Office in the new cabinet, which was headed by Theresa May. The politician was one of the main ideologues of the United Kingdom's exit from the European Union. On July 9, 2018, Boris Johnson resigned as Foreign Minister over disagreements with Theresa May over Brexit. At the end of the year, information began to appear in the media that the current head of government might resign. Boris Johnson was considered to be Theresa May's successor. In July 2019, the politician won an election among members of the Conservative Party and led the political force, and on July 24, he officially took office as head of the British government. Against the backdrop of lengthy Brexit negotiations, the United Kingdom held elections to the House of Commons of Parliament, which resulted in the Conservative Party winning and Boris Johnson remaining in charge of the government. At the beginning of January 2020, parliamentarians finally supported the agreement on Britain's exit from the EU, and at midnight from January 31 to February 1, the United Kingdom officially ceased to be a member of the European Union.